All right, what's up, people? First thing I want to do is I want to remind everyone buy fresh produce, buy fresh protein. Cook for yourself. Say no to processed food. That being said, and no, I don't have any sponsors. I'm just sponsoring Mother Nature. How about that? Does that feel good? That sword's pretty cool. That sword's pretty cool. Topic of the video. Now I haven't seen the. I'm a big Superman mark. Okay. I haven't seen that many. What I would call, origin stories for Superman, as I have for other characters. So, what I'm going to be doing in this video is, if you're not a Superman mark like I am, if you don't know that his name is Kal-El and you're like, you want your Kellogg's? No. Unsubscribe. Go somewhere over there behind the bookshelf. Except that's in the middle of the fucking wall. Anywho. Yeah, this might be a little bit long. I might be stroking my Johnson a little bit. No, but seriously. What I want to do is I want to compare 3 stories. And I know it's going to look like more than 3 stories, but it's literally 3 stories. So, because I never got this. I never got this as a trade paperback. So I had to pull up my Man of Steel, my entire run, 1 through 6. I had to pull that up. Now, normally that would have just been another book, and it would have been one book, right? It's 3 graphic novels. But in this case, I didn't have the collected work, so I had to go back to the OG shit. These are my OG. Now, obviously, there's an alternate number 1, but that's the... Yeah, and then... All right. And then number 2 is Jeff Loeb's, basically Superman for All Seasons. And then just to hone this in a little bit more, because this is what I think the argument's going to be, is that this is the official Superman Year 1. And I think this is a Superman Year 1 argument. So it's like, on the one hand, we have John Byrne's Man of Steel run. I'm going to get started. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get started. We have Jeff Loeb's Superman for All Seasons. And then we have Frank Miller and John Romita Jr.'s Superman Year 1. The only comic to ever be called Superman Year 1. Do I need to remind you about Batman Year 1? And how great that was as a comic. That was his follow-up to The Dark Knight. Anywho. Oh, this is so much fucking fun, man. We're going to have fun with this. Because I'm going to evaluate each one of these 3. In this video, it's going to be a long video, so just take your time with it. And then I'm going to give you my score. Or should I just give you my score first and then... You know what? I think I'm going to do that because nobody ever does that, right? I'm going to give you my score first. Then I'm going to go into why I feel that way. And then if you really care about why did I rate this the way I rated it, you'll, continue the video. Otherwise, you'll just turn it off. It's not like I'm making money either way. So here we go. Byrne's run is easily S tier. And now I can explain it. I will explain it why I think it is in light of the fact that he knew he had a longer run to go. I didn't just pull these out because I don't have the fucking trade paperback. I just don't. Now between these 2, I gotta say I'm gonna put him. He's gonna be A tier, and he's gonna be probably about B tier. And I really wanted to like this comic book. So now that you know where I rate these, Burns' run was S tier. Jeff Loeb's miniseries. It's a 4-issue miniseries. And it's set to the seasons of the year. And, well, let me start with Superman Year One. And why I rated it third. I rated it third because, okay, this is the part where we get into spoilers. Can we do spoilers? Superman Year One is divided into 3 stories. It was a 3-issue miniseries, right? Now, what's interesting is it goes off of the LL, how should we say, parallels within the Superman mythos. So you have a 4-fold series of LLs. One is the villain. So Lex Luthor, take him out. There are 3 other LLs. The first is Lana Lang. That's Clark Kent's basically high school and maybe pre-high school crush. Right? Then at some point in the middle, there's somebody, and most people don't know this. If you're not a Superman mark, you don't know this, but I'm telling you now. There's somebody else. It's a mermaid. A mermaid named Lori Lamaris. Again, LL. So you have Lana Lang, Lori Lamaris, who's a mermaid. And then, of course, Lois Lane, right? So those are the 3 women that, well, honestly, if you want my opinion is there's only one woman that's right for the Man of Steel, and that's right there. So, but that's what's funny is because Superman Year One does that. It goes really slow first act, which I actually enjoyed because it started showing, like, that's the thing that I love about, if you're going to do an origin for him, you want to show how he thinks about how fragile human beings are. And Frank Miller wrote this really well. I'm not going to say he didn't write it really well. He wrote it really well, especially the first it's 3 acts. He wrote the first act. I'm not entirely sure. He probably wrote all 3, but who the fuck knows? Then Clark started, and he's like pledging his, like, oh yeah, Lana, I'm going to come back for you. The first act is basically, yeah, Lana, I'm going to come back for you. And like, yeah, we'll pick up where we left off and everything else. And the next thing you know, he's in the Navy. For whatever reason, they made him a fucking, like, a soldier boy. I never understood why they did that. And he was just shooting targets perfectly. He's going to make a great sniper. And it's like, well, how many people did he kill? Well, he didn't. He killed people. He didn't kill a lot of people. He kind of realized that, like, okay, what am I doing here, right? Type situations. But, so yeah, then he just, like, sees something off the fucking coast, and he's like, oh, it must be a mermaid. And then his, like, lieutenant or whoever the fuck is in charge of him, you know how the military works. There's always somebody in charge of you, just fucking, like, right on your neck, fucking get ready to say, hey, soldier, you know, do this, do that, you know, fucking clean my latrine, nigger. No, I ain't doing that. But no, they had Clark Kent being, no, I would never put Clark Kent in the military. I thought that was stupid. That was a very dumb decision. I don't know who made that. But then, so basically, he falls in love with mermaids, and then he goes down to Atlantis and helps them to try to rebuild, and then, like, wants to take, her name is, again, Lori Lamaris. She's Poseidon's daughter. Poseidon is the king of the oceans. Obviously, he's a Greek fucking god, right? And little Clark, and he's there, and Poseidon sends everything against him, the Krakens, and this, that, and the third, and Superman just like, oh, yo, I can't even feel pain. I'm so awesome. Which I thought was cool. I thought it was a cool vibe, but at the same time, it's just like, when you look at the way they draw the mermaid, it just looks like really weird. So it's like, I could not imagine being sexually attracted, but it was kind of like there was mind games being played. And another thing about Superman Year One is that they kind of hinted that Superman might have some ability to, like, charm people. Like, how should I put this? Like, charismatically like just get you to do something you might not want to do. It's not like mind bending you or anything like that, but they keep saying, well, he's kind of inside of my head. But I think that's just, speaking to his character as an Adonis or like a perfect, like an Apollo figure, somebody that's like perfectly shaped and formed and everything else. You know what I mean? Like a pure demigod. But anywho, so that's Superman year one. It's three women. Well, I didn't even fucking go all the way with that. So it's like, first he's with Lana Lang, and it's in Smallville, and it's small scale, and it starts getting a little bit bigger. No, he doesn't fight the Hurricane in this one. Then he goes to the military for some inexplicable reason other than to somehow be off coast to see mermaids, and then to go to Atlantis and have an affair with Lori Lamaris, and then forget all about that, move to Metropolis. See, the reason that I'm putting this on bottom scale is because the writing was incoherent. It was basically like, this guy's like falling in love with this girl, I'm with you forever, and then all of a sudden, no, now I'm fucking like looking at mermaids, and I'm with you forever, and I will retake the throne of Atlantis with you. And then like the next one, it's like, okay, I'm in Metropolis now. Oh, Lois Lane, you're pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, that incoherent level, even though I wanted more from Miller. Definitely from Frank Miller. Okay, so Jeff Loeb's Superman for All Seasons. And I love this because basically there's 4 chapters. Each one is given over to a season. And this is Clark maturing. And I think that this... Well, see, here's the thing. Is it... Okay, the difference that I have between Superman for All Seasons and John Byrne's infinite, like just perfectly perfect run, beginning with Man of Steel. I mean, the only difference is, and let me say this, is because neither one of them told the year one story I would have told. Now, if I could, 12 minutes and a half in, I can probably tell you what my storyline would have been. Main villain, Brainiac. Secondary villain, Luthor. And I mean, seriously, secondary villain. I mean, Luthor is just basically, in the first movie, if I was in charge of something like this, a product like this, first movie would be all about origins and how Brainiac came from the Kryptonian civilization, etc., etc. And then the second act would start with a takeover of LexCorp military applications, which is like basically the 4 horsemen or the 4 chess pieces, etc. However you want to fucking vector it. Look, I'm not going to give you all my fucking secrets. Never mind. But my shit would have been good. Brainiac would have been the main villain. And Superman's main weakness is not kryptonite. Superman's weakness is not being able to be everywhere at once. He's only one guy. That's his primary weakness. And any story that can tell that better than any other story, in my opinion, is the best story. So, again, Superman for All Seasons, buy it. It's good. But it's never going to top the ace daddy of everybody in the entire universe, John Byrne's Man of Steel. 6 issues. I got those. Those are my OG comics lined up on the floor. I put them on the floor. Look, I ain't trying to trade off comics anymore, man. These mean more to me as memories than they do as fucking... Oh, I can get $7.50 for that number 3 with Batman. No, I'd rather be able to go back and, have something real. So, the reason I'm putting John Byrne over Jeff Loeb is because John Byrne knew that he basically had a run waiting for him after this. So he got to write 6 entire fucking issues. He's the writer and penciler. So like if you're a writer and penciler, you're fucking like, there's only so many people that do that. I mean, some people do. I mean, Frank Miller used to, but he kind of stepped away from the penciling thing. I think when he started getting the jitters. Whatever. Not trying to go too inside baseball with y'all people, but so like you got these 6 issues, and I think each issue is perfect. And as you can see that each issue features one person. Number 1 is Clark. Number 2 is Lois. Number 3, Batman. Number 4, Luthor. Number 5, well, call him Bizarro, whatever you want to call him. And number 6 is just the conclusion. I think this cycle, I think John Byrne's Man of Steel run was awesome. I didn't like when he took the Superman helm and then issue number 1. First of all, if you ever fucking see this, and I have it, it's somewhere in there. It's in my closet somewhere. I have a lot of these comics. But it was Superman number 1, and first of all, they fucking colored the page. It was all yellow. So like, first of all, they failed coloring. Like the entire, I'm talking about the cover of the fucking magazine. You want somebody to buy a number 1, and your primary palette is yellow? Yellow. Really? There ain't no reverse flash yet. Well, I mean, there was, but there wasn't really, if you get what I'm saying. There was no reason to do that. If you look at the coloring on these, this is all Superman. Look at this. This is red, yellow, and blue. Look at the whole thing. Look at how that works. See what I'm saying? Now even look here. Mostly blue, a little bit red, and then that makes the S stand out, right? Now here, well, this is like a dust jacket. But they make him look all right. I'm not even talking about the visuals. You want to talk about the visuals? Well, again, John Byrne wins 1,000%. He's the square-jawed Superman guy. Look at John Byrne's Superman, and you'll understand what I'm fucking saying. Like where is he? Where is he? They're not even going to show him. They're going to show him right here. Is that him? Barking through something? Look at that jaw. Then look at Batman's jaw. It's like, you know? Look at that jaw. Look at that jaw right there, right? They don't even show his face. John Byrne is like on his covers. Because he illustrated every one of those covers. Illustrated, I mean, he penciled. If you pencil, you need a good inker, man. Penciling is one thing, inking is another. So yeah, that's my fucking like, yeah, I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go 20 on this. Because this means something to me. Because how would I rate these 3 ideas of Superman's origins? You got John Byrne, who I'd rate number 1. Then you have Jeff Loeb, rate number 2. And then Frank Miller, unfortunately, got to put you and Romita in 3rd place. Just sorry, because the context and, you know, the fact that it was 3 acts based on the fact that he liked 3 different women and then he just keep quitting them for no fucking reason at all. Yeah. Superman for All Seasons is him basically trying to, and I know I didn't say a lot about this one because I really want you to enjoy it, because it's the idea of him just trying to grow into the fact that he's Superman. These all are. That's what these all are. Him trying to grow into the fact that he's Superman. I just think John Byrne wins because he knew he was going to have a platform to run on. So even if he chose the yellow fucking like cover for Superman number 1 against Metallo, well, and Metallo's a pretty strong guy actually against Superman because he's got that kryptonite fucking heart thing. But still, I think Superman, especially when he's been around for so long, should be able to neutralize kryptonite at a distance. But we don't need to get into that, because if I get into that, it's Superman physics. And that ain't happening.